The biggest one, I think, is justification. How many times do you justify bad behavior and just write it off as, it's just one of my tics. It's just one of my things. It's fine. I know I'm not supposed to drink during the week because I made that rule for myself. But you know what? I had a friend in town and one led to another. And that's why I'm hungover today. It's fine. I won't do it again. And the next thing happens a day or two later. I had another friend that just happened to pop into town, or a family. It was a birthday that I forgot about, and we were Zooming, and we all did a tequila shot. It's just family tradition, At what point do you say no? At what point do you say, this is going against what I'm trying to do? It's pulling me away from my goals. We need to step up. We need to stand tall, stand proud, and decide what kind of life we want to lead. Welcome to the Hairpreneur Show, the show that teaches you, the hair pro, how to work smarter so you can make more, work less, and live a purpose-driven life on your schedule, not your clients'. I'm your host, Ryan Weeden, and each week I'll teach you awesome, actionable ways to tap into your personal greatness. Through marketing, mindset, and confidence training, it's time to unlock the next level of you. Let's grow. Okay, we are back. I am on edge today because, I just have not been sleeping. I'm not sleeping. My baby wakes up every 4 hours. Whether it's my night to take care of the baby, and it's funny because we do call him baby because Sage calls him baby. Our daughter, our older one, calls him baby, refuses to call him by his name Max. So we're always calling him baby. She's calling him baby. We're like, no, his name is Max. Say hi, Max. Hi, baby. No, Max, baby, Max, baby. It's like a back and forth thing. She refuses to acknowledge that he even exists sometimes, or that actually has a name. but she's really sweet with him. And that's just a complete segue. But man, I am not sleeping. I am getting a minimal amount of sleep each night. And it's really starting to bleed into everything I do. And it sucks, especially for somebody that strives for, perfection. This is my third or fourth recording now to try to do this particular episode. And I had a great episode that I just recorded 10 seconds before this, but the microphone was not recording. There's just so many moving parts when you're trying to do a podcast or a video or something, and there's always something that doesn't work. So I'm just really on edge right now. So I'll make it short and sweet. Let me sum up what I was talking about in my last one, and then we'll continue with this. And what I was talking about in my last episode, and I don't mean last episode that was actually recorded. It was recorded, but you couldn't really hear it. But I was talking about how we strive for perfection, even myself, but I have to stop striving for perfection because perfection is unattainable. You can't reach perfection unless you're like doing SAT scores or trying something that actually has a perfect score. But in life, there is no perfection. It's just, does it make us happy? Does it make us successful? Or does it not make us happy? Does it not make us successful? Instead, we need to strive for excellence. We need to try to be better. We need to try to be more excellent. And like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, just be excellent to each other, man. Party on. Oh, that's Wayne and Garth. As I said, man, I got all kinds of thoughts in my head and they're jumbling together. But I'm having a tough time. And I like to be honest here because not only is this kind of therapy for me, I also want you to start to take a look inside the mind of an entrepreneur, because by most metrics, I'm like hugely successful in business and branding and in life. So much has gone my way and I'm grateful for that. But I'm working on myself now and I don't feel successful inside and out. And I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs are like that. A lot of business owners are like that. You might not even think you're an entrepreneur, but if you are a business owner, whether you're a small business owner, whether you're a solo business owner, and you have dreams and you have visions to achieve more and to have a better life, then yes, to many degrees, you are an entrepreneur. One thing that I face quite a bit is I don't feel good enough. I'm putting on this freaking event called Hero about tapping into your inner greatness. And I'm working on my speech because I'm going to be on the stage a lot. And I have this big opening speech that I'm working on. Thankfully, I've got some time to do this. But I'm like, I need to inspire people. I need to set the tone for the event. And I need to talk about what a hero is and how to really reach that inner hero. And I don't even feel like a hero. I mean, I know I'm not like, hey, look at me, I'm a hero, I save people. But it's not even about that. It's like sometimes we need to tap into our own courage to save ourselves from a life of regret, a life of mediocrity. We need to know and believe that we have the ability to write the next chapters of our life. No matter what happened to us in our life, no matter where we're starting in our life or what age, what place, we can always do better. We can always strive for more. Our life is not over. If we are here today listening to this, no matter what challenges we are facing now, we can control not maybe what life throws at us, but how we respond to it. And we can choose whether we want to be happy about it or if we want to look at it like a why me, like why is this happening to me? And yes, sometimes we do initially think that, but we need to pull ourselves back together as quickly as possible and say, you know what, this happened, but that's fine because I can overcome challenges. I am strong. I am confident. I am resilient. I can do anything. This is the belief that we need to have with ourselves. And deep down, I do have this belief about myself, which is why I keep showing up. I might be terrified. I might have anxiety. I might be depressed and think that what I'm doing, it just doesn't even make sense. How could I be on a stage in front of hundreds or thousands of people? It's unfathomable years ago. I wanted it to happen. I dreamed about it. But now that it's actually happening, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. I don't feel ready for this. I don't want to stand on that stage. I do, but I don't. I'll wake up in that morning. I'll be excited, but I'll be terrified. I know it. I know I'll be ready though. I've shown up for these things before. And when I say show up, I mean like I'm going to show up with my best foot forward. And that's how we need to look at life. We need to know that whatever life throws at us, that we will overcome. No matter what hardships we face, and unfortunately there's a hell of a lot of hardships in life, that we will get through it. And we will not unpack our bags in a state of misery. We will not live there. We can visit it. We can mourn certain losses, but we must get past it. We cannot let it consume us. We cannot let that darkness drag us down because that's what it wants to do. In darkness, our demons have ways of latching on without us even knowing. There's procrastination. That's a darkness. That's keeping us from our full potential. We need to get past procrastination. There is the biggest one, I think, is justification. How many times do you justify bad behavior and just write it off as, it's just one of my tics. It's just one of my things. It's fine. I know I'm not supposed to drink during the week because I made that rule for myself, but you know what? I had a friend in town and one led to another, and that's why I'm hungover today. It's fine. I won't do it again. And the next thing happens a day or two later. I had another friend that just happened to pop into town, or a family. It was a birthday that I forgot about, and we were Zooming, and we all did a tequila shot. It's just family tradition, At what point do you say no? At what point do you say, this is going against what I'm trying to do? It's pulling me away from my goals. We need to step up. We need to stand tall, stand proud, and decide what kind of life we want to lead and what we want in life. Is this pushing us toward our goal, or is it taking us away from that goal? Now, there was an exercise my coach gave me, which I absolutely love, and I revisited it recently. He said, when you think about the best version of yourself in the future, I want you to describe that person in 3 words, not phrases, 3 words. What are those 3 words? And these words can change depending on different stages of our life, but think about it. Your best version of yourself and your dream life ahead, what 3 words stand out about the best version of yourself? And for me, I'll be open and honest about this. My 3 words, when I look at my best self and how he shows up for the world and for himself: happy, patient, and loving. Happy, patient, and loving, because I want to be happy and I see him happy. I want to be more patient because I have very little patience. I need a lot more patience, not just for projects and life, but for people. I need a lot more patience for people. And I also need to be more loving. I'm a very loving person, but sometimes I get overcome with selfishness. Sometimes I think about, it's kind of all about me. And I don't want it to sound like it's like stuck on myself, but I tend to sometimes get lost in my own story, in my own plight, in my own success. And I need to remember that I'm just part of my family, and it's about my family. I need to stop. I need to be more loving, and not just when I'm facing the public and putting my best face on. When the camera's off, I need to be the same person in private. How do you feel about that? Are you somebody that is the same person on the camera, in front of the world, in the salon, to your guests? Are you that same person at home, or are you a different person? And I've been somebody that hasn't lived up to that many times, where I'm doing, say, a live or something for myself or my company or another company, and I show up on camera. I'm like, hey guys, Ryan Weeden here. Gosh, I'm so excited to show you this technique. And then all of a sudden the camera goes off and I'm like, oh crap, okay, now I got to do this other thing and I got to go do this. And I'm freaking starving, and then you're short with your family, your spouse, your kids, and then you realize, like, okay, why am I like this? Why can't I just be the same person in public and in private? You know, I don't want to keep trying to be two different people. I want to be the same person every single time. And my wife called me out, and she's called me out before on this. She's like, Ryan, you're so nice to everybody when you show up on video, like on social media. And then sometimes you're kind of a dick. And thankfully it's not all the time. And I just certain moments that I forget. I'm not the best version of myself. And she calls me out, and I'm glad she does call me out, because it's important that I realize that. A lot of times we don't realize our own behavior. So if you don't have somebody that's going to truthfully call you out and give it to you straight, and you need to be open and receptive to that, then make sure you are watching yourself and showing up as the same person in public and in private. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up with our hero event, and I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to keep you posted along the way. But right now I'm working on my speech and trying to figure out how I'm going to set the tone for this whole thing, get everybody fired up and inspired, and have a couple laughs in there as well. But again, thank you so much for listening. This is a shorter episode. Hopefully it's not any less entertaining and insightful. But one thing a call to action I would give to you right now is take a few minutes, think about this future version of yourself and the dream version of yourself, like this excellent person. I was going to say this perfect person, this perfect version of yourself. But again, stop saying perfect, Ryan. Stop saying it. Just lose the word perfect when I'm talking about character traits, okay? But just when you look at your best version of yourself, this ideal version of you, I like that, ideal. What are 3 words that characterize you? What are 3 words that can describe exactly how you show up to the world? And write them down. And if you want to take it a step further, set a reminder, set a phone timer, on your iPhone or Android, and so that it pops up every day and reminds you, say like 9 a.m. And it'll say, for me, it'll pop up at 9 a.m. with a little reminder. Ding, 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 ding. It'll say, Ryan, remember to be happy, patient and loving. Ryan, remember to be happy, patient, and loving. All right, enough ranting. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. I love hearing from you. And by the way, have you subscribed to the podcast yet? Oh my gosh, if you haven't, please do so right now, because there's so much cool stuff ahead. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because it would be much cooler if you did. Plus, I don't want you to miss any of the new episodes I'm dropping weekly. Last thing, if you haven't checked out RyanWeeden.com yet, there are some great freebies on there that I want to give you. So go ahead and check it out, RyanWeeden.com. Thank you so much for listening. You are awesome.